Hi friends, log on to my website fastbeam.com and talk to me on the forums. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram.
Absolutely, I'm a convert. I'm here at the first Mumbai store, the Royal Enfield showroom here in Worli, Mumbai, to experience nothing but the fantastic Royal Enfield Interceptor 650. It's standing here, but before we get going, let's quickly do a tour of this beautiful showroom. And doesn't this place look absolutely lovely? Now I obviously love how they have done this. I mean, wow, showing the parts of the classic 350, the most popular motorcycle. And before that, let me quickly get the keys of the motorcycle. One person must be standing or sitting over here, and there is he, or rather there he is. What's up, bro? Where are the keys?
Which one do you want though?
Interceptor 650. Thank you so much. So these are the keys of the motorcycle, and that is actually my jacket. I kid you not, I have a Royal Enfield GT jacket, the Continental GT jacket. I love the jacket. I don't wear it much, but hey, don't look at me with jealousy. You can earn this one. Anyways, you can see a lot of merchandise over here. The showroom is absolutely lit. The way the motorcycles have been parked, the gear has been positioned, the t-shirts, the bags, and of course a lot more, even the jeans. Well, let's quickly get to the Interceptor 650. So here is the motorcycle, and as you can see, it's a very retro looking motorcycle. Now this particular motorcycle has a lot of optional accessories. To start off with, it has this on the handlebar, and it says Royal Enfield over here. Now this one costs rupees 850. It also gets this visor. There are two types of visors. Now this one is the bigger visor. It costs around 1700 rupees, rather 1850 rupees I think. And there's a shorter visor which costs around 100 rupees or 200 rupees lesser. And it also gets fork gaiters. Now these ones cost 850 rupees, and it also gets aftermarket mirrors. As you can see, it says Royal Enfield written over here, and they are blackened. Otherwise the regular Interceptor gets chrome mirrors. I will show you that as well. So here you go. These are the stock mirrors on this motorcycle, which is similar to the ones on other Royal Enfields as well. Now as you can see, this is the crash guard, and there are two types of crash guards. Now one is the blackened one and the other is a chrome one. Now again, they are available in two sizes. One is the short one and the other is the big one. Now this is the big one, and it costs upwards of rupees 2600. Let me show you the other short one. Now this is the short one. Yeah, the shorter crash guard. And on this particular motorcycle, we obviously have the beautiful looking chrome crash guard, which also looks very nice. It has Royal Enfield written over here. Meanwhile, as you can see, this is the motorcycle, and right now we are on main stand, thankfully, so it's much easier to show you around. Now obviously the motorcycle is very plain, retro, classic, stylish, and attention to detail is very nice as well. So obviously you get this massive chrome exhaust, not one but two of them, and you get these twin shock absorbers at the rear. And I mean, the attention to detail is very nice. The build quality is also very fab. You can see over here on the seat it's written RE Touring. The seat is also very nice. Now this is not the base variant of the Interceptor. This is the Baker Express, which costs slightly more money, and overall fit finish is very nice on this motorcycle. It gets spoke wheels, and these are Pirelli tires. Now these are not tubeless tires, obviously in the interest of cost. It gets dual channel ABS as well, and overall fit finish of this motorcycle is really very nice. I am very impressed. But it doesn't get LEDs. As you can see, it gets a traditional bulb over here, whether it's on the indicators or on the tail light. In fact, even in the headlight, it gets the traditional bulb, and this is not even a clear lens type. Now obviously they have tried to save cost here and there to get to an aggressive price point. Switchgear quality is nice. As you can see, this is the button for the horn, this is for the indicator, this is for high beam, low beam, and this is for the pass by. Over here is the engine kill switch, and this is the starter button. Let's quickly turn on this motorcycle right away. So here we go. It does a complete swipe. On the left we get a digital display which is showing me the fuel level. There's an odometer here as well. There's a trip A, there's a trip B, and that's about it. So not much information on offer from the instrument cluster. However, the good thing is that it is easy to read, and it's similar to the one which we've seen on other Royal Enfield motorcycles as well. Let's quickly turn on this motorcycle, and here we go. Starts very, very, very smoothly indeed. In fact, look at the finish on the master cylinder. That's also very nice. And overall, this motorcycle's fit finish definitely deserves a thumbs up. But obviously, it's not without flaws, which I'll show you in a bit. But you can see the motor revs nice and hard. And this is the flaw in this motorcycle. If you want to open the fuel tank lid, well, it's going to come in your hand. It is not having a fixed mechanism, which is kind of disappointing because you don't want to hold this when you're filling fuel. Well, that's kind of little cheap, but otherwise I'm quite impressed by this machine. In fact, look at the attention to detail. Royal Enfield written on the foot pegs as well. But honestly, it's all about the engine over here. So this is the heart of the matter. And what is there to talk about the heart of the matter without riding it? So let's get a stride on this motorcycle. But you can see the Baker Express color scheme looks kind of dope. So let's get riding. Alright, let's turn on the motorcycle. Here it goes, swiping all the way, and there it starts. Let's get going. Already in first gear. Right away, I must tell you, this doesn't feel like a Royal Enfield motorcycle. It is so smooth, my god, such a smooth motorcycle. Now obviously twin cylinder brings in a lot of smoothness, and my lord, wow. I mean, you don't realize this motorcycle is a Royal Enfield in any particular way. It is so refined. Wow, no vibrations at all. I cannot believe it. Zero vibrations on a Royal Enfield motorcycle. They have done a fab job indeed in terms of vibes. So there's a speed breaker here, and yeah, it feels very well done up in terms of suspension setup as well. And as I open the gas, my lord, it revs all the way to 7,000 rpm very smoothly. Very impressive Royal Enfield, very impressive. And let's get onto the brakes. Let's see how the brakes are. Brakes are also very positive. The ABS works well on this motorcycle. Now let's rev the nuts out. Red lining around 7,500 rpm. Now around 7,500 rpm, it goes into the red line slightly abruptly. But that said, I am very impressed by the Royal Enfield Interceptor 650. Around corners as well, it is reasonably composed. Now the weight obviously adds some confidence to this motorcycle, and as you can see, the motor feels very relaxed throughout. It never feels like it is under stress. Now this is a 648cc engine which produces 47 PS of power and 53 Newton meters of torque. Performance is very punchy. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour takes just 6.3 seconds, which kind of makes it slower than the KTM Duke 390 by around half a second or so. However, the way the power is built is something else, because 80% of that torque is coming under 3000 rpm itself, and that's why it feels so punchy lower down. It feels really punchy in the mid-range as well, and this is a motorcycle which definitely puts a smile on your face. It's very easy to ride. The riding posture is also very comfortable. As you can see, I'm sitting upright, and for my height as well, this is comfortable. Yeah, I would have appreciated a higher seat height, but that said, it still feels quite comfortable for my height, and I really don't feel comfortable on a lot of motorcycles. So thumbs up on the ergonomic front. Now the other standout point on this motorcycle is of course the ride quality. It feels very good. The suspension setup is just great. It absorbs almost everything in stride. Only thing is, when I was trying to head past 100 kilometers per hour, I could feel that the suspension wasn't that comfortable. So at higher speeds, it's not very composed as such, but I believe most people won't be riding it near its top back, which happens to be around 170 kilometers per hour. Here we go. Every time I get into the throttle, the mid-range pulls me strongly, and that's what really impresses on this motorcycle. The gearbox is also smooth shifting. Again, nothing I have ever seen on a Royal Enfield motorcycle. And the clutch also has a light action. So a lot of positives on this Royal Enfield motorcycle. How have they done it? How well they delayed the motorcycle. They have really worked on making it fantastic, and hopefully it's reliable as well. So as you can see, guys, this is one motorcycle which puts a huge smile on your face because of its simplicity, and of course the fact that it's fast as well.
These bikes are freaking smooth, dude.
I know, I was in disbelief. Very minor buzz on the seat, and slightly on the pegs, but trust me, super duper smooth. Let's go. And the smoothness really wows me over, or rather continues to wow me over, and it's so easy to flick this motorcycle as well. Now it's not a KTM Duke by any standards, but it is unlike a Royal Enfield in every possible way. The smoothness of the engine, the easy rideability of this motorcycle, and most importantly the handling, all scream massive improvements. Even the brakes, they offer sure-footed stopping power. So it's very difficult to nitpick anything on this motorcycle. They have done such a great job. Now let's talk a bit about the engine. Now it's a 648cc. It's a parallel twin engine with a 270-degree firing order. Sounds really nice as well. It doesn't have the thump of other Royal Enfield motorcycles, because this one uses a 4-valve head. It's quite modern. It's an SOHC unit, by the way. And the best thing about this engine is obviously the refinement, the way it makes its power and still produces power more in the lower end of the rev band, although it redlines all the way past 7,000 rpm, 7,500 rpm to be precise. So definitely something which will create new benchmarks in the Indian market in terms of affordability for a twin cylinder motorcycle. And even though it's a twin cylinder and priced very attractively, they haven't cut corners as far as mechanicals go, because the engine is so freaking sweet on this machine. It is what a motor. I mean, what an engine, the refinement, the pull, everything is just amazing on this motorcycle. Now in terms of efficiency, this one returns between 20 to 25 kilometers per liter. It also depends on how you're riding this machine, but mileage is okay for a motorcycle with this kind of configuration and displacement, and of course power as well. So easy to flick through traffic. I mean, it feels so light, nimble, agile, and definitely a lot of fun as well, unlike the other Royal Enfields which feel a lot heavy. So no problemo. Front end feel could have been slightly better on the brakes, I would say, but get onto the gas and you forget each and every possible thing. So how have they managed to come to this price point? Rupees 3 lakhs for the base variant of the Interceptor. Actually, mechanically everything is the same. The only thing which differs with the price is the color scheme and zero debt insurance and stuff like that. 5-year insurance has also now come. So how have they achieved the price point? Well, they have gone basic on everything else. So in terms of suspension, it uses straight up forks up front, while at the rear you get dual shocks, and it uses tube type tires. The lights are not LEDs, and the riding posture, although very comfortable, there is nothing complex about this motorcycle. It is a very simple motorcycle. It uses a double cradle frame, and this engine misses out on liquid cooling, again in the interest of cost. So it is an air and oil cooled motor. Now because of that, there's some amount of heating in stop go traffic, but that's manageable, especially if you have been riding a KTM for long. You know that heating can't be an issue on any other motorcycle in the world. So great performance, and I'm really very impressed. Now this is an apt area for me to stop and test how good the acceleration is. Now we are into first gear and off we go. So here it is, revving all the way, 7,500 rpm into second gear, and it's already doing 100. That's how punchy the motor is, and that's how impressive it is as well. So this one, the base variant, will cost you 3 lakhs, and it goes all the way till 3,28,000 for the top end variant, which happens to be the custom one, and they have a lot of colors on offer as well. I love the way the Baker Express looks, but if I had to buy one, I would buy the standard and go to my own local mechanic or paint guy to get it painted. That way it will be very distinct as well, and I'll save some money too. So guys, this is my review of the Royal Enfield Interceptor 650, a motorcycle which is thoroughly impressive on multiple fronts, and I absolutely love it. In fact, I am so tempted to buy it. It doesn't scare you silly, it's refined, it's smooth, and this engine is really the highlight of this machine. If I have to explain it in terms of ice cream, I don't know why I'm talking about ice creams, but it's hot and maybe I want to eat an ice cream. It's like a vanilla but with a lot of chocolate poured onto it, but not the regular chocolate, high-end chocolate. This motorcycle isn't butterscotch, it is not candy floss, it is vanilla, but a beautiful flavor of vanilla with a lot of chocolate, which happens to be the engine. What a machine. I absolutely love it. What's up, bro? Seen you around, man. What's up? Nice motorcycle, yeah. And my mandatory on the signal walk around. So yeah, in traffic it looks even better, and people are looking at me for no reason. When he can remove stuff from the boot, I can definitely do a walk around ride on a motorcycle, and yeah, it attracts a lot of attention. Either everybody's looking at the motorcycle, or everyone is confused, what the hell am I doing standing out over here? And you know, it's always nice to turn off other people's motorcycles like that. Look at the smoothness. How is it so smooth? It doesn't sound, I mean, I will be confused if it's on or not. Little heavy at lower speeds, but as you increase the pace, man, you don't feel the weight at all. 200 kgs, this motorcycle. What a lovely machine. No U-turn. Okay, after doing something embarrassing over here on the signal, it's time to get back and start riding. It doesn't scare you silly in spite of the performance on offer. It's not going to throw you back. Yeah, in the mid-range, there's some amount of kick in the pants feel, and I can go endless talking about this engine. It is such a lovely motor. Now from my heart, I really hope this motorcycle is a massive success, because if that happens, then Bajaj Auto, KTM, Suzuki, Honda, everyone is going to be like, okay, now we need to do something and bring in a twin cylinder engine. And kudos to Royal Enfield. I salute them for bringing in an affordable twin cylinder motorcycle. The only thing which was lacking in the Indian market was affordability in multi-cylinder motorcycles. Now let me tell you an interesting thing. Siddharth Lal, who happens to be the MD of Eicher Motors, which owns Royal Royal Enfield said that they believe that a lot of classic 350 owners are going to upgrade to this motorcycle, Interceptors and Continental GT 650 and stuff like that, and that's where they'll get the volumes. I'll say absolutely no way, because this is going to attract a new breed of riders to Royal Enfield, people who have never liked a Royal Enfield. People like me, I don't really like Royal Enfield motorcycles. I find them heavy and lacking refinement. However,
That one easy in traffic.
definitely easier than that. I'm sorry, got interrupted. Anyways, people who buy Royal Enfield motorcycles, especially the classic as well as probably even the Thunderbird, they're looking for the character, the thump, and of course the vibrations is part of the ride. However, this motorcycle is completely different and they may not like this motorcycle as much. However, people who are riding other kind of motorcycles, especially KTMs and stuff, they will love this machine. They will be like, wow, what a motorcycle, and I am one of them, obviously. So here we go. So another thing is that this motorcycle makes the classic 500 look grossly overpriced, because that's how well they've priced this particular machine, and it will obviously eat into classic 500 sales. But I'm not sure, because just now I said classic owners will miss the thump and also miss the vibrations which are present on the classic motorcycles and absent on this particular machine. So guys, if you like this video, you know what you have to do. Give it the thumbs up, that's the like button, and also subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys in the next video real soon. Bye bye.